Good morning and welcome to the Full Force Morning Show. I don't know. It's so regular now. Anyway, yes, welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod, AKA Diagnostic 80. It's SDCC Day 2 recap time. Yes, held off, didn't I, yesterday? Not going live with the with the reveal of the 788 Fire team and all the images and everything. I just wanted to do it this morning. It just makes more sense. Plus, you can get a little bit too much of me and the full force. I get that. So I figured we'd just do a nice big roundup in the morning, and not just SDCC. Actually, we do have some news, kind of a obviously related to GI Joe, heavily related to GI Joe, in that it's GI Joe, and that is development of the Snake Eyes game. We've got a little bit of kind of an update to go through with you guys there. Where's my Chuckles code, Chris? This Firefly. It looks like that code thing ain't happening this year. It looks like it's only an actual one-time use, as opposed to the kind of 53,000 times use from the Dr. Mindbender last year. So anyway, loads of awesome stuff to get stuck into. Shooting the Galaxy in the chat. Yes, we'll be talking about you, mate, because you've got loads of images in this. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. We'll start off as well with that Snake Eyes. Yes, so Atomic Arcade have a development update for us for the GI Joe Snake Eyes game. And this kind of popped up yesterday in and around all of the news that was kicking off, all of the images and the reveals and everything. Shooting the Galaxy says, thank you. I'm just as excited to wake up and see the photos as you guys are. Well, you took them, so you know you've got an advantage on us. Shooting the Galaxy, full name. If indeed that is your real name, which I very much doubt. Agent Chuckles in the chat. Athena Dos Joes, Flaffle57, Super Saiyan, Ben Tatum, Neil Hill, Keith Mandeville. My goodness, there's so many of you. Robert Kalupatan, Vlad, Shark Eyes, Aaron Nichols, Toombs, KevJewel100, Justin Pennell. I always get your name wrong, don't I, Justin? Tristan McDonald, Firefly, Leon Jarmo, Tim1, and Future Fortress Maximus, and Ryan Daly, and the Figure Six Pack. Hopefully I've got everyone there. That's everyone I can see so far in the comments in any case, but thanks for joining. There's a lot more of you than that. Kofi Fox, hello. A Punk with Toys, hello. Right, let's get stuck into this Snake Eyes chat then. So, development update. This is actually really interesting because I didn't realize there were phases for this. I thought it was just happening. And so this is kind of like not only a little bit of a kind of like, oh, surprise, but now I'm more excited and more enthused because it is a level up from what they were doing. So effectively the different phases are that, you know, you've got kind of, well, as they say, concept to pre-production. And then I guess it would be production after pre-production and then deliver. We are incredibly proud and excited to share that we have officially moved out of our concept phase and started the pre-production phase of development. Right, interesting. So, Mr. Cheeseburger. Sorry, this is a good point. I'm going to star that, Mr. Cheeseburger, and come back to it later. But that is a comment that we'll get to when we talk about the Hasbro related stuff. Robert H. So is the game actually called Snake Eyes? Doesn't have a title yet. It's just at the moment been referred to as a Snake Eyes focused game, but there's no official title yet. James Smith says it better be good or Hasbro needs to clean house on their video gaming division. I think, James, this is slightly different to what we've had in the past based on the fact that this is AAA. There's a whole studio associated with it. I'm not saying it will be good. I'm just saying I think we probably can expect a higher level. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. When is the Lightfoot playable character announced? Leon, that would be sweet, wouldn't it? When it's done, which is going to be a long time from now. Yeah. So That's that. Now, the going into more detail on the blog post, which the link is in the description if you want to, check it for yourself. We recently hosted the leadership team from Wizards of the Coast here at our Raleigh, North Carolina studio to share our progress over the past year and a half developing the concept for the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes game. And we are incredibly proud and excited to share that we have officially moved out of our concept phase and started the pre-production phase of development. This next phase, pre-production, will be focused on getting the game and team ready for full production and then release. So I was right. That's it. That's the 4 stages. We will be working on many important things like finalizing development pipelines, identifying and hitting visual and performance targets. So management speak, this, isn't it? And culminating in a vertical slice milestone. That is new. That's a new one for me. Vertical slice milestone is my new rap name. That is amazing. Can I have that as a rap name? Vertical slice milestone? Yeah, Lil Vertical slice milestone works, I think. That will demonstrate a final quality cross-section of gameplay loops, technology, features, mechanics, art, and audio that will be part of the final version of the game. Effectively, what they've done there is they've confused you confused me with lots of hilarious management speak, but at the same time, they've just explained that they're just going to be making a game. The team has worked incredibly hard to get this to this point, and we couldn't be more proud of the work we have done and the game we are making. All very good to hear. Now, they also go on to say, additionally, we have grown the development team from our initial kernel of the core leadership group to a robust cross-functional team of super talented, diverse and passionate developers located across the world. It is incredibly inspiring and humbling to be surrounded by such a talented group of developers who are not only contributing to the creation of our AAA G.I. Joe Snake Eyes game, but also building the cultural foundation for the future of our team and studio. Everyone on our team reflects our core values and has lifted the quality of our entire team by their contributions day in and day out. They've got a decent team on it, is what they're saying there. And then finally, with our team growing and our desire to foster more collaboration, we decided to build a physical studio space in Raleigh, North Carolina. With the support from Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, we completed phase 1 earlier this year and are looking forward to starting phase 2 next year to accommodate our projected team growth. All our roles are fully remote, and we do require anyone to come in. We do not require anyone to come into the office, but rather took the approach that if we build an inviting and collaborative space, the team will naturally want to utilize it. And we can say that has turned out to be the case. Our Rally team is in the office daily, and many of our remote team members come to visit the studio to build relationships, collaborate, and create. It has a huge positive impact on our team and development. All very good stuff to hear. But the main thing here is that they have effectively got the green light to go into the next phase. And that just, from that point on, it's a non-stop avalanche at that point. So yeah, it sounds like it's going well. It sounds like, yeah, but it's corporate gibberish, Ed. Yes, absolutely. Massive marketing speak. We call it management speak as well. We've called it that in the past in the UK. But it is just, I love it. Come on. Like, can we go back to vertical, what was it? Vertical slice milestone. Love it. Love it. It just gets me going. Amazing. Thank you, Ryan, for the explanation. A vertical slice in a video game is where they get a small chunk of the game ready to play. Basically, 10% of the game is 90% done, and 90% of the game is 10% done. Thank you, Ryan. It's not that I'm confused by it. What I'm saying is it just makes me laugh that they utilize that so, intensely. Yeah, anyway. Do a collab with Word Burglar. Well, George, I've done multiple collabs with Word Burglar, and we've got more on the horizon. Hint, hint. Yeah, so, I don't know, check out A Letter from Snake Eyes Part 4. That's me and Word Burglar. What else have I done with him? Cybertronicer, Toronton, the freaking awesome Spectral Mike. That's got to... Oh, under the new name. I see. Sorry, George. I get you. Do it under my vertical slice milestone rap name. Absolutely. Anyway, that is the update for the Snake Eyes game. All very good to hear. I'm very excited about this. And I can't wait to actually start seeing stuff from this. Obviously, we're probably a little ways away from seeing anything, revealed. When's E3? Do they usually do? I mean, I would imagine they'd want some sort of kind of showing a kind of convention like that, or like an event like that. Maybe next year. Anyway, if we do see some cool stuff before then, great. But I would imagine that maybe 2024 is when we'll actually start seeing something. But anyway, cannot wait. Ninja Force Slice variant, says Future Fortress Maximus. Yes, vertical slice milestone is Ninja Force Slice, but a variant of it. Vertical Home Slice. I like that one, Neil. That's also a good rap name for myself. Vlad says June 2024 is E3. Thank you very much, Vlad. Stay vertical slice bags. Love that. Okay, let's get onto SDCC recap because that's the most important thing. This is great and it's a nice it's a cherry on top of the icing on the cake, isn't it? But yeah, that's going ahead. Snake Eyes on the way. Excited. Right, next then. Now, the first thing that popped up yesterday was the kind of like clearer images of Flint's packaging. I believe he's going to be 89. There's other images that weren't as clear and nice that I didn't use, but they had side views. So Tiger Force Flint will have the number 89. He's got a very awesome package, Kitty said. And I've got to point out, obviously, the Dodge Viper in the background. That red sports car, which is synonymous with Flint. Obviously, Flint's vacation, and then it was utilized again in the comics. In the which one was it where was the red when the red shadows came in, right? I remember vividly his red sports car crashed in a ditch and he'd gone missing. Something along those lines. You might remember better than I do, but that was definitely when the red shadows came into the end of America's Elite, or in and around that period of time. Anyway, I've completely forgotten all of the comics that have happened in that time. And I think I wanted to go back to Mr. Cheeseburger here. Yeah, this is Mr. Cheeseburger's comment. There was a great interview with Lenny and Emily. Emily said the freedom they have in the line is because they don't make entertainment accurate figures. They have the most freedom of all the lines. That is so actually very true, and I've never really thought about it like that. A lot of the other lines do have that strict, they've got like strict rules, haven't they? Like, the comic version is going to be the comic version of the Marvel Legend. The cartoon version is going to be the cartoon version, and the movie is going to be the movie version. There's no redesigning it or changing it a little bit. Star Wars is the same. It's very, reliant on whatever TV show streaming series is going on at the time, or whatever movie is out, or animation. So yeah, it's a really good point. But thank you very much for that, Mr. Cheeseburger. I haven't been able to see. I've seen loads of stuff, footage, images, all sorts of stuff from from SDCC, but I haven't seen any interviews yet. So I will have to kind of start sorting that out. Here's a good one. Chris, someone on an FB group talked to Lenny, and he said a classified Rattler is within the realm of possibility. Wow. Could that be our first hint at next year's HasLab? That would be crazy. I mean, it's more likely than the Sky Striker and the Night Raven, because the Rattler by design is a smaller plane, isn't it? Like shorter, not as it's going to be massive. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong, or get me wrong. It's up to you. But yeah, the Rattler is definitely one that I could see happening before the Sky Striker and the Night Raven, personally. But thanks, Ryan. Tristan says, if Flint is 89, I'm assuming the Ninja is probably 88, possibly. We haven't seen the packaging for the Python Patrol Ninja yet. Maybe they're still working on that. But yes, Tristan, it's very possible that could be the case. Trash Panda Flint, says Future Fortress Maximus. Amazing. Now, okay, I want to point out that I actually really dig this kind of like face paint thing. I think it's freaking awesome. And I know some people are like, oh, it looks awful, whatever. But, that's how it is. But when I first saw this figure, I'm like, my jaw dropped. I'm like, that is cool. I just think it looks pretty dope. It is weird that there's like one single tiger stripe coming around the chin there, but it still looks cool for me. I don't know. I'm into that. Hello, Digital Diarrhea. Yeah, it was in the Leon. It was in the era when spoiler alert got killed. Yes, if you haven't read that issue yet, lols. And anyway, yes, the Dodge Viper in the background. We were talking about Flint's Vacation, weren't we? And then I got onto something else. But yeah, obviously Flint's Vacation had the red sports car, and kind of like I said in the comic, I saw it in there. It was utilized a few other times as well, but effectively, Flint is synonymous with that red sports car. And in this case, it's not like on model. That's a Dodge Viper, I think, in the background. But nice touch being a Viper. And then also, you wonder if maybe they're hinting again at the kind of Transformers crossover. Maybe could it be, I don't know, like a modern Cliff Jumper, or who was a Dodge Viper back in the day? I remember the alternators utilized the Dodge Viper, didn't they? But they used that for like all sorts of random characters. Let me know in the comments because I can't remember who it was. And obviously, recently, I think more recently, a Dodge Viper has been utilized as a character as well. But anyway, I'm just kind of thinking. I'm just kind of thinking maybe that it's like a hint of a maybe Transformers crossover, but also that homage of Flint having the red sports car. Yeah. Also, I only just realized the other day when I was talking about the secondaries and like, oh, he's got more secondaries. It's because he's been given, it was alternator sideswipe was a Viper. Thank you, Tristan. And side burn, says G.I. Joe Berg. Hey, G.I. Joe Berg. Hello, is that Stephen? Thanks, bud, for the comment. Appreciate it. Yeah, classified Dodge Viper confirmed, says Jonathan. I love it when we do. You see some sort of homage and it's classified confirmed. Classified Mayan temple confirmed in the background. I think that's what that is, isn't it? That's that one when, yeah, there's it's a location-based homage there. But that kind of like the Mayan pyramid sort of scenario. Yes. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah. So it could be anything like that. Anyway, the secondaries. I didn't realize that he's actually utilizing some Recondo stuff. So you've got the Recondo rifle and you've got the Recondo machete and thigh holster secondary. So I like the fact of that. Sideburn from Robots in Disguise 2002. Thank you, G.I. Joe Berg. Shout out to G.I. Joe Berg as well. Yeah, thank you guys. I knew I'd seen it a few times in there. I know how Flint got that Dodge Viper through that jungle, says Shark Eyes. Do you now? Or, yeah, let us know. Oh, Robert Kalupatan saying, speaking of the HasLab, third party and some licensed Hasbro retailer sellers are giving pre-orders here in SEA are being sold for double its pre-order price of 580 USD. It's overpriced for a pre-order. The resellers here are over the price already, even it's that sucks, man. Yeah, I think it's the fact that it kind of differentiates this Flint quite dramatically from the first one as well. I do like that. Anyway, that's enough of that. He did figure six pack. Flint did use a machete in the jungle in the cartoon series when he goes, we're in the Yucatan, the world's meanest salad. Yeah, I remember that when he's chopping through the world's meanest salad, and he's saying that on the, I think that's in Arise Serpentor Arise, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken. With great difficulty. Thank you, Shark Eyes. That's how we got that Dodge Viper in there. Let's save that comment from Vlad, because I'll come back to that as well, buddy. Right, moving on. And we're at the Hiss. So the Hiss was revealed. The production sample was shown off, not revealed, was shown off at the Breakfast at Tiffany's with Hasbro. Now, I got invited to this. I'm really sad that I couldn't make it to SDCC. I got invited to the breakfast thing. So I could have been there taking pictures, recording stupid videos, doing stupid updates. And instead, I'm millions of miles away just telling you stuff that we've already seen and looked at already yesterday. I'm sad about it, but obviously I just couldn't make it this year. I'm hoping to go next year. So if Classified is still going strong and they have the same kind of thing going on, then I would love to be involved in that. But anyway, that's my sad story of the day. Yeah, HISSTANK looks awesome. I'm really excited. You can kind of sometimes forget. World's meanest salad confirmed. I love you guys. Yucatan, the world's meanest salad, should be a classified T-shirt, says Jonathan as well. Yes, and it was Neil that said world meanest salad confirmed. Sorry. Emily said 2 pre-orders on Saturday. Falafel 57. Yes. S788 and another one, which I can't tell you at the moment. But yes, I'm fully aware. Yeah. What can I say that's going to give it away without me saying it? We know it's coming, and it was a name only reveal. Okay, we know it's coming. It's a name only reveal. Same thing, and we haven't seen anything about it yet. We haven't seen anything about it yet. This will be the first time seeing it. I know, very excited. But there's 2 pre-orders coming: S788 Fireteam, and this thing that we don't know. We haven't seen anything about it. Future Fortress Maximus. Nothing. We haven't seen any renders. Nada. So it's going to be, it's going to be one of them. HISSTANK, beautiful thing, and it's very easy. It's not Techno Viper though. Falafel 57. I can tell you that much. I'm going to narrow it down. I'm not going to comment on that one, Jeremy. I'm not going to comment on that. Future Fortress Maximus. I'm the worst. I am the worst. Anyway, yes, like any of those 3, Mark. Could be any of those 3. I'm not saying any more. Right. So, HISSTANK. It's very easy, isn't it, to get kind of caught up in the the Dragonfly and the massive amounts of new pre-orders and stuff, and then you get new figures in, and you're like, I forgot about this, and I'm really excited to have it in hand. I hadn't forgotten about the HISSTANK, but I hadn't really thought about it, at all. And then when I saw the images of this, I'm like, oh god, it looks so good as a production finish. It just looks so gorgeous. So and with all the kind of weapons and stuff thrown on there, just awesome. I've got loads of images obviously on again, massive shout out to HISSTANK, the toy arc, for the amazing amounts of Neil, amazing amounts of photography and images and stuff. It's been one of the best, in terms of feed, images, information, video. It's been one of the best SDCCs so far. Last year was it was crazy. I mean, it's been overwhelming, don't get me wrong. And if you're interested in all lines, like I know most of you are, it can be an absolutely daunting task to dig through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's just insanity sometimes. But anyway, beautiful shots. I love the seatbelt as well. Get a good shot of the seatbelt in there too. Just really nice. Little ladder folds down. It's just really cool. Obviously, we knew about all this stuff. We know about the details on it, but seeing it as a production figure, a vehicle, sorry, it's not a figure, is just amazing. So yeah. I'm not giving you any more hints, guys, but effectively it has been mentioned already what's coming as the other pre-order. But that's all I can say. It's not Steel Core and it's not General Hawk. What's left? And I just loved seeing everything, as it is in this kind of way. And some of the shots are great. Some are showing the lights, showing the kind of different angles, and again, the interior is just brilliant. Neil Hill, I cannot comment on that comment. I'm the worst. Can't keep anything to myself. And then, of course, the other attachments for the weapons on the side there as well. Very, very cool. Beautiful thing. But then we also got product images as well. Packaging. The box looks massive, doesn't it? I can't wait to get this in. I cannot wait to get this in. Beautiful artwork from Oliver Barrett adorning the entire exterior. I thought that was going to be interior artwork. I think that's what it said on the blog post. So the fact that it's like a wraparound exterior on the box is just glorious. Very, very excited to get this in hand and just to pore over the details. Sorry, you can tell we are sorry, Matt. I will highlight one of your comments in a second. You can tell we are old when we are getting most excited about that sweet looking seat belt. Absolutely. Keeping Coco on the card for sure, says Leon. I probably will actually as well. I'll probably keep that on card, knowing that we're getting a kind of standard Cobra Commander in the retro series. Makes me want to kind of go like, keep that one on, keep this one on card and have that one out, and because it'll be easier to get hold of that one. It's not, unless you bought like 2 of these, then I'm not going to be taking that off the card. I'm just not. That's going to be one that I want to keep as almost like a nice like museum piece in my display. Everything else is opened because it's not, the stakes aren't that high. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a little bit more. Oh, Flaffle. Yes, I saw the video, buddy. Did I? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong comment. Did you see that the throttle moves inside the HISSTANK cockpit? I did on the little video that went up the other day. I did. It looks amazing, and I didn't realize that was going to be the case. So that's another little additional element that I'm really excited about. Anyway, yeah, the full figure like lineup was shown up, and then these beautiful images. We've seen all of the other promo shots before, so I didn't add them in this, but they are obviously in the link below on the HISSTANK article, and we posted them this morning on the Facebook and Twitter pages as well. I don't always post everything on the YouTube community page because I'm going to do a video about it shortly afterwards, and you can only get 5 images on there. So sometimes I just want to, sometimes I'll just skip that. Gargamel, yes, that is what we are led to believe is going to be the retro Cobra Commander Night Force Kimberlin. Yeah. James Smith, I bought 6 and 1 is coming off the card. That is hardcore. Do you want to send me one off the card? I'm just kidding. That's amazing. Impressive work. You're one of the reasons we got this thing record, successfully funded. Yeah, so some lovely, again, some really nice product shots here. And that was pretty much it for the HISSTANK. Obviously, the promo shots we've seen before, they've been out for ages. They are great, but, let's move on to Chuckles. Yes, so Chuckles was also kind of like, you get a bit more kind of close-up, some nice shots of the figure and the accessories and everything he comes with. This was at the breakfast as well. I'm calling it the Hasbro breakfast at Tiffany's, which makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Don't worry about the steel core, guys. There's still more of the month to go. You never know. I am the worst, aren't I? I've effectively just told you what's coming for next month. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about. We're gonna see steel core soon, is all I'll say. But that's not who is the second pre-order tomorrow. Anyway, Chuckles. Flaffle, any predictions or on date and time of Chuckles pre-order for premium Hasbro Pulse members? No. I can only go with what, they kind of keep it a bit loose on this, don't they? I mean, you've heard Emily and Lenny talk about this in the past, where it's like, and we decided to do this yesterday, and we're going to put this up on, the thing. So I think some of that is a little bit like saying it for this, just for jokey, kind of keeping it loose and vibey. But I do think they have a plan. I just do also think it changes from time to time. And in this case, if we go by last year, I want to say it was pretty soon after the show that Mindbender went up, and Mindbender and Serpentor went up during 10/27. So I would expect this to roll out this way. I expect that Chuckles might go up on Hasbro Pulse after the show, and it'll be one of those things where it probably will sell out pretty quickly. So you got to, they'll announce it before they do it, and then, or it'll be like a video event reveal, or I think it'll just be announced, or they'll just do it. Whatever, it'll happen though. And then when that happens, that'll sell out, and then around 10/27, the show that they do later in the year, there'll be more, and I think they might even go up. You might even see them go up periodically throughout the end. Excuse me, throughout the end of the year, going up to there. To make sure lots of people get involved. First week of August after Sdcc, says Jeremy, was when Mindbender went up. Thank you very much. So yeah, it'll be soon after the show. I think it was Tuesday after Sdcc with, says Falafel. Maybe it was both. Maybe it was both. I can't remember. Anyway, no predictions other than it'll happen, and it's just a matter of staying frosty. You know what I'm saying? Officina Joes does say, in my honest opinion, Chuckles is too expensive for this amount of accessories. I'll buy it for sure. Just a comment. Absolutely. And I kind of agree with you a little bit. Let's have a look at the accessory loadout. Now, they are fun accessories, Officina, but yeah, it's like, like the briefcase, the Soundwave thing, the headphones, the binoculars, the knuckle duster, the alternate head, the handcuffs, the broken handcuffs, and then the packaging, I suppose you kind of throw in there. But then also the pistol, the secondary, the lay, the file. There's something else in his. Yeah, that's a knife, isn't it? Yeah, the knife in the sheath. So he does come with a lot of stuff, but I think $41.99 might just be about the packaging premium, if you know what I'm saying. So like, yeah, he's kind of got $31 or $34, whatever the deluxe price is. He's got like 35 deluxe vibes, but then you take the packaging into consideration, and that's probably what bumps it up. So it makes sense to me, but I agree with you. I feel like if you're looking at the figure and the accessories as on their own, I agree with you 100%. I think where that extra like $6 is going is on the packaging premium, and it being an Sdcc thing. So that is where I think the money is going. Plus, there are new elements to the figure. So I don't know. I think that's probably why it's that price. Not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that's why it's that price. But yeah, I think it's definitely, when you look at it as a whole, it's a $35 deluxe kind of vibe. It's not $41.99. But then, like I said, you've got the extra elements, haven't you? You pay to go to Sdcc, and then you pay to go to Sdcc, says Ed. And you're right, mate. Lower run production is another good point. White Vegeta. Absolutely. Would you suppose Chuckles' tooth will be an accessory prone to getting lost, like Pursuit of Cobra Lowlights around? I don't think the tooth comes out, does it? I think it's always out. He's just got a different head. Oh, you're joking, of course. Oh no, that's the second head. Doesn't cost nothing. Still expensive though. Oh no, sorry, I'm confused. You were joking, of course. Figure 6-pack. Yeah. My issue is most of the accessories are kind of useless, says Shark Eyes. Yeah, it's very narrative driven, or like, kind of cutesy and funny. But again, like, I mean, most of them are. Like I get like, that's not true. You get a figure, don't you? And sometimes like it's like all the gear goes on it, and you're like, this is amazing, and it's all practical. The pistol, the knife, the rifle, whatever, all goes the backpack. All kind of makes sense and goes on the figure. And then there will be things like an alternate head that you're like, I can't, I've got to pick one and put the other one away. So yeah, I get it. There's a limited diorama use, but you could argue that the beaten up face, the handcuffs, that lends itself to a interrogation scenario. The briefcase and the files lends itself to all sorts of diorama opportunities. Handing over, files to someone else. The shades can obviously be in that scenario as well. The handcuffs can be utilized in loads of different facets and can be used with like Law and Order and Mutton Junkyard and SWAT team specialists like Shockwave. Shout out to G.I. Joe Berg. Wide Scope, and so on and so forth. Night Force Shockwave, that kind of stuff. So I know what you're saying, but there are, like, I look at it and see lots of different opportunities, but I get what you're saying, definitely. Did I mention the Hiss figure packaging, Vlad? No, I don't think I had images of that. I don't think I did, and I just didn't add them to the thing. Were there images of the packaging? I did not see. Oh, unless obviously, like, you know, in on like the show floor. I don't think I saw them. I don't think I did, or I did and didn't pay attention to it. I'm gonna have a quick look. Butcher's look. A butcher's look. Yeah, I don't see any packaging for them there. Were they on the show floor then, and I just missed it, or I just saw it and you know you kind of like go, oh, I did see the packaging for them. I did see the packaging for them at some point, but I think it was show floor images, and that was ages ago. Anyway. Oh, I asked earlier and you said you'd get to it, lol. Did I highlighted that comment, didn't I? And then I just ignored you. Here we go. When you get to the HISS segment, do you think they'll reveal the direction they're going with the fig packaging? Oh, sorry, Vlad. I see what you mean. I'm an idiot. Let's move on. When I get to the HOSS segment, by the way, HOSS is a word I use all the time to throw, it means, in Norfolk. So if you're from Norfolk in the UK, to hoss is to throw something, and a hosser is a right rumman. None of that will make any sense to people, but that's what it means. Do you think they'll reveal the direction they're going with the figure packaging? Original with plastic versus newest figs packaging, etc. I assume it is the current packaging we're seeing at the moment. That's what I assume, because it's going to be coming out in fall, and we're not seeing the new packaging until spring of 2024. So that should answer your question, Vlad. And you also corrected the spelling right next to the next, immediately afterwards. So well done. Anyway, thank you for that. And I think I've covered that question now. Right. And thanks for reminding me, because I do forget things, don't I? I get sidetracked. Sorry, guys, I've missed loads of comments. I apologize, but we can't get to everything. So let's move on. We got some lovely images, though, of Chuckles shooting the galaxy shout out. So these are glorious. We've got the beach towel on the beach, amazing, and we've got the kind of like looking at the watch, looking at the time with the pistol on his knee, with the briefcase. And I didn't realize that all the gear hooked up to his belt. I've only just noticed that. So Soundwave and the binoculars hook up to the belt. So now it's getting interesting for me, because he can carry all of his stuff. What? When does the Vertical Home Slice album drop on SoundCloud, Neil? It's going to be soon. Oh, Justin, is there anything? This is a good question, because I know it's kind of like also, Chris, you're an absolute shill, but I'm going to answer this question. Is there anything that you haven't liked and refused to pick up in the classified line to date? Is there anything I haven't liked? Let's think about this. Is there anything I haven't liked? I can't think of anything that I don't like in the classified series other than Falcon's head, and by extension Falcon, but I still picked him up. So that yes is the answer. There is something I haven't liked, and that is the Falcon's head sculpt. Wasn't a fan of that. Someone's just mentioned movie figures, question mark. No, I really like the movie figures. I love that Snake Eyes figure. Storm Shadow's really dope and interesting. Akiko is one of my favorite. I love Akiko. I love it. I really love that bloomin' figure. I think she's really cool. It brought loads of cool, like a new character to the line and all sorts of things. And the Scarlet's pretty dope as well. Yeah, so I never had, I didn't dislike any of those figures, genuinely. Blue Ninjas are really cool. Love them. Someone just mentioned they didn't pick those up. No, I really like them. I love the heads, those, the different kind of masks and stuff. I thought they were really cool additions. But yeah, like the Falcon is my only kind of negative on the entire line so far. I've enjoyed all of it. I've loved everything that's been released. I love all the repaints. I'm a huge Tiger Force fan. I'm a huge Movie Baroness I really like too. Really like that figure. For me it's Falcon. That's the only one, and I still picked him up, Justin. I'm kind of like, classified as the only line I really collect at the moment. Everything else is either on hiatus or is I'm not going to bother. But like in terms of, that's my focus. So I'll get it But at the same time, like I said, it's only Falcon that I've had an issue with. That's not bad, honestly. But again, completely personal. I know other people have different opinions, and there are other things they don't like. Justin, out of interest, were there any things you're not a fan of, or is there anything you haven't picked up? I'd like to know, and I will highlight the comment as well afterwards. But I appreciate the question, and it is definitely something that I have. It took me a while to think about there, but no, I'm genuinely quite excited for everything that comes out. And I guess it's just being excited for that line, and then I don't know. It's hard for me to pick faults with it, other than Falcon's head sculpt. Like, I genuinely think if we'd have got a better head sculpt with that figure, I wouldn't have even batted an eyelid. Like, that had been like totally cool. Hydrus, thank you so much for the super chat. Good morning, Chris. Just joined the stream this morning. Must say I've been enjoying the morning show as I've been getting ready for work. Thanks. Yeah, it's like it seems to be doing well. A lot of people watching. They seem to get good numbers. So I think this is going to be the norm going forward. Who's Norm? Thanks, Hydrus. Really appreciate that. Mark, question part 2. Is there anything you haven't liked? Yeah, just Falcon, mate. That's it. Thanks, Mark, for rubbing it in. Another super chat. Thank you, Matt O'Brien. Thank you for all you do, all the hard work with these streams. Do you anticipate more pre-orders over the next few months in lead up to PulseCon? Do I anticipate or do I know is the question there, isn't it, Matt? Okay, so like I said, there are going to be 2 pre-orders tomorrow. We know one of them and we don't know the other one, but you've probably worked it out. And there's going to be another one before the end of the month. And we've probably already worked that one out as well. So 3 more pre-orders to come this month that I'm aware of. And then anything else will probably be connected to, because obviously PulseCon, I didn't add that to the thing, did I? That's news. Idiot. PulseCon was announced. Yes, yesterday, PulseCon was announced. And I will say that while we're here and give you the date thing and stuff, because obviously that is a big, big deal, isn't it? Now, it has been announced for September the 22nd, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern, and obviously more information will be coming. But yeah, that is going to be September 22nd for PulseCon, which we all know a PulseCon exclusive is going to be coming out around then as well, which is the Crimson Strike Team 3-pack of Baroness and the Twins. So thank you, Matt. I appreciate the super chat and the love, man. I appreciate it. It's all very much appreciated. Thank you. Stop saying appreciated. But yeah, that's all. In terms of between now and PulseCon, couldn't tell you. But there's probably gonna be stuff. I mean, we're gonna have another. There's the fall stuff, isn't there? So there's like a Target fall geek out. There's a Walmart fall. What's it called? Collecticon. So imagine more Night Force, imagine more Tiger Force and Python Patrol as well in that time period. Okay. Mark says, whereas I'm enjoying the breakfast show instead of all work, my productivity has been shocking this week. Amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying it though, mate. Oh, thank you, Mr. Cheeseburger. Oh, thank you. I hate that loving G.I. Joe makes you a shill, shaking my head. Well, yeah. I mean, I get it. I get that people are aggressively against me for enjoying things. But at the same time, like, I genuinely enjoy it and I'm excited for it and like being involved in the way I'm involved in it and like, you know, reporting on it and like talking to the people that make it. So yeah, I'm going to be like excited for this stuff. But if you watch the subtext, if you watch the context of our show and you listen to the conversations we have, there are constructive criticisms that go into things. There are things about, you know, that I'm, like I said, that I'm not always 100% about. We talked about Falcon's head sculpt. I know it's one thing. It's not, you know, like there could be more things, but I genuinely am. It's a low bar for me, I guess. That's like a really veiled, like that's a insult compliment type thing, isn't it? An insultlement, where a veiled compliment. I don't know, a veiled insult. Where I'm kind of saying there's a low bar of my excitement, so it's, you know, you're gonna be all right no matter what you design. But there are some things I'm just not that into. Like you know, I'll report on stuff and go like, I like this, and I'm not going to buy this, and I'll say it as it is that way. But I can still like something. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into it. But thank you, Mr. Cheeseburger. I very much appreciate the super chat, the support, and the the comment. I get it. Norm hangs around with the hoss, Leon. He does, doesn't he? TJ Singh, hey bro, namaste. Can't wait for 788 in India. I did not like the new Flint and Ninja. Totally on up to you, my man. Again, like it's all personal opinion in it. Absolutely. And I'm 788. We'll get to that in a second. It's taken a while, isn't it? Hey Phil, who's been giving us loads of images recently. Thanks for all the images yesterday, bud. Really appreciate it. Also, that's true. Digital diarrhea. I'm not a fan of High Toys Flint's face at all. Thank you for that. What day and time for next pre-orders? Well, tomorrow, isn't it? I think for the next pre-orders. Question part 3. Do you like Naked HD? No, I do not, Future Watcher Maximus. We haven't seen them for a while. I think Pat's just decided against it now, hasn't he? PulseCon's intro did start with G.I. Joe White. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. The Wave 5, Ryan, of Hawk, Helix, Ripper, Buzzer, and the other character that hasn't been mentioned yet, but you'll probably know already. That is going to be before the end of the year. So that'll probably be I don't know, around 1027, around that time maybe. Or PulseCon maybe even PulseCon. Because, yeah, of course, that makes a lot of sense. It'll be PulseCon, won't it? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be that. Yeah, that makes more sense. If they ever have a Night Force Falcon, will he have the face paint like Tiger Force Flint? That would be cool. It would improve the figure, just covering up that face, just around the mouth. Your joy irritates us, Vertical Slice. Yes, it does, Ed. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, that's a good point, Pastor Pierogi. Life can be too rough sometimes to choose to collect something that makes you angry. I know. Like, focus on the good stuff, guys. Anyway, I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. I'm very happy for that, guys. Thank you so much. TJ Singh. Oh, stop with the. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you, TJ, and thanks to everyone with the super chats and everyone with the chats in general. I really appreciate all of this love. It's great. Let's move on. More classified Chuckles images. Lots of good ones. Again, like just kind of standard Chuckles on the beach. Then we've got fighty knuckle duster Chuckles on the beach with his beaten up face and all the gear that he comes with. I wonder if everything can fit in that briefcase. I know, obviously, like I said, you can put the binoculars and the sound wave or sound blaster on the back of his belt. But I wonder, and I guess the rest can go in there because it looks pretty depthy. So I reckon you can put the headphones, the file, the shades. Obviously, the knife and the pistol can go on him. But yeah, and I guess the lei maybe could go in. I don't know. We'll have to have a look. I sent a super chat, TJ. Yes, I did see it, bud. And it didn't show. Write it again, and I'll just do it. I'll do it again and say thank you because I did get a super chat from you and I did highlight it. Oh, it did show. Okay, good. Ignore that then. Move on. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And then of course we've got the firing the pistol, running on the beach, the classic running on the beach image. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Shooting the Galaxy, for all the bloody good, amazing photography you do. Lovely stuff. So that's Chuckles. Oh, I've got more Chuckles images, haven't I? He's having a fight on this beach a lot, isn't he? I like that one there, the kind of shades like looking up at him from underneath. That's really nice. Oh, you didn't know I was on YouTube? Oh, I see, Ashley. You were watching on Facebook, and now you see that I'm on YouTube. Cool, yeah. YouTube's the place to be. I'm kidding. YouTube or Facebook, whatever you want to watch it on, guys. I do not mind. Just if you do watch it on Facebook, just go and give our channel a sub anyway on YouTube because it does make a difference. I really appreciate all of the love. And yeah, finally, this shot, the headphones on, they look good, nice and comfortable, and the binoculars. Very, very nice. And actually a nice close-up of the shirt detailing there, because you can kind of see that they've gone all out with those petals on the flower as well. Really nice. I like that. There's a lot of detail on that flower. Love it. Shirt's great. Matt, thank you. Another super chat. You're just trying to get me to go longer than an hour today, aren't you? Walmart sent me a retro Snake Eyes on retro CG card back. What the hell? Actually, on my email address, just do the Full Force Podcast at gmail.com, because that's the one that anyone can know. So the Full Force Podcast at gmail.com. I'll check that out, Matt, for sure. That sounds hilarious. Actually, I will say that, but we have seen a bunch of them already. We've seen a few Snake Eyes on Crimson Guard card backs. There must have been a huge error in the production run there, because loads of people have done it. Thank you for the super chat, Matt, and yeah, go ahead and send me that. That's great. Oh, Eben, hello. Eben, you and Phil are together, aren't you? Myself and Phil are headed out to Sdcc around 7:30 a.m. 788 Fire Team, in my opinion, has stolen the show. They are great looking, especially in person. Let's get to that. Good segue. Thank you, Eben. Yes, the 788 Fire Team look gorgeous. What a difference a deco makes. And I'm not even saying that they were bad decos before, because they weren't. These are all great figures. The infantry figure is amazing. The officer's great. And the Range Viper is outstanding. So, but to give them this deco, just everything pops so hard in like a subdued way. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense. But no, just these shots are great as well. This is from Toy Ark and HISSTANK from the breakfast, the Hasbro breakfast at Tiffany's. Why do I keep calling it that? We get, like, again, bazookas stuff with the bazookas trooper, basically, isn't it? Which is amazing. With bazooka, they come with that, don't they? They come with that explode. Yeah, we'll get to the loadout in a second, but amazing stuff to see the figures out on display. They could have done a better kneeling stance though, because that looks really janky, doesn't it? I've done that myself though. I've put it in a really good position, and they go, yeah, that's good. Taking an angled shot, and it looks like they're doing the splits, and you're like, okay, I need to change that. But yeah, they just look so good, and I love the fact it's not just the same deco hits in the same places on each figure. They've all got different breaks and different points where the colors are utilized. Just chef's kiss. Pops hard in the subdued way. That is classic me, isn't it? I like to mix my metaphors as well sometimes. We'll do that. I'll try and think of one as we go along. Just lovely stuff. Anyway, that's the Bazooka Trooper. Obviously, we've got the Range Viper. Now, the other thing they've gone hard on, Kitty said. Another thing they've gone ham on here is you've got the tampos all over the place. You've got like the 788 Fire Team like logo on one side there of the Range Viper. He's got 788 on the other side. We'll see it in a different image later on, but just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Absolutely stunning. I love that. Just wow. Just yes, please. Thank you very much. The grey brain, genius on the black helmet with the red eye. Yeah, looking good. Very into these three, and then of course the officer. Again, grey face mask, so it brightens it up a little bit. Change completely different from the trooper. Or this is the infantry, isn't it? Actually, this is the infantry, and I guess that is. I'm getting confused now, aren't I? That's the trooper and infantry. There is an officer though, isn't there? I'm guessing that's the HISS officer. Yeah, that is. I'm just being an idiot. Sorry, it's because the color's throwing me. But yeah, of course it's the officer. What am I talking about? But yeah, like just amazing. Just amazing. And again, like look at the fact that you've got the red on the gauntlets on this figure, but then the black on the gauntlets on that figure. Again, different mask colors. The helmets are different, like orientation colors. It's just great. Love it. The red stripe down the middle with the yeah, sensational. V gives it away, McLeod, on the helmet. You dumb idiot. But yeah, I'm really vibing with this kind of team. And there's the box art again, an Oliver Barrett classic, because obviously he did the freeze, the wraparound freeze on the HISSTANK, and obviously that continues the theme onto this box, which again is really sexy. I love the black and red on the design and everything. It's just so nice. There is just a few of the elements, the blast effects, and they're different colors this time. So we've got blue, shorter effects, and then we've got the orange and white kind of short bursts, and then that kind of nice white and orange long scrap iron bad boy. Has something else happened here? Just want to double check. Oh, sorry. So I got a message, but it's got nothing to do with this. Thankfully, yeah. Sometimes I'll get messages and they'll be like, "Oh my god, look at this," and then I'll look at it and it's like something else. It's not a reveal, thank goodness. For some reason, these really make me want a Scarface figure. Says Pastor Pierogi. Yes, absolutely. That'd be kind of cool. The Techno Viper Droz, which we've seen in the artwork on the banner, is coming and is related to this Hiss theme. So don't worry too much. He comes with something very cool. I'm not sure when we'll see it. We might see it during the panel because of the fact they've got that big artwork up. Probably makes me think they're going to reveal it during the panel tomorrow. So that's effect. Yeah, so don't worry. We're going to get the Techno Viper, and he is related to the Hiss theme. Okay. The blue gunfire seems kind of odd, says Robert H. Yeah, it does kind of stand out a bit, but I don't know. We'll have to see it in action. They've also got the smoking effect as well there. Let's look at more of the images as we go through because there's loads to kind of get into. Obviously the back is. I love this kind of like super futuristic, like computer-based, like line drawing almost of the figures and their loadouts. And does going to give us a nice, like, this is what each figure comes with and what they should have. So that's pretty cool. It's a hell of a set. Blue lasers, I suppose, is a good shout mark on that one. Yeah. And then the Semper Fidelis Serpens logo thing is really cool as well. I love that. Really, really nice. Yeah. And then this is what the other thing I was going to point out: the 788, which is emblazoned on each figure in a different way. Obviously, they couldn't really put it on the Range Viper brain, but they could put it on that smooth bicep on the left arm, and obviously it's on the helmets for the trooper and the officer in different ways again. So and I love that phasing 788 red on the officer. In fact, there's also a phasing black on the trooper. And the 788 on Range Viper looks like it's just one solid color, but it looks awesome. I love those. I love it when they add tampos. I love it when they add tampos like this. Such a cool set. It's 110 is the number. And there's the artwork on the side, which again looks stunning from Oliver Barrett. Lovely, lovely stuff. And then we got like promo images. So we've got the loadouts and the packaging and all that kind of stuff on the white background. I wanted to get close up of the packaging as well. I know we've seen it already, but it's nice to see it like kind of clear. I like the glossy helmets, says Future Fortress Maximus. Yeah, who doesn't like a glossy helmet? Kitty said. The officer had a very shiny helmet, Kitty said, says Mark. Amazing. It's like we're on the same level, Mark, all the time. Jeremy says 110 is last of plastic-free packaging. Interesting. Thank you. When I saw 110, I thought that was the price the other day and almost passed out, Matt. It's probably not. Well, what is it going to be? What was the 3-pack? Viper was at $89.99. Not far off. At this rate, we will get to 788. We will get to 788 figures. The 788th figure will be Battle Core Muskrat. No, it will be Tiger Force Downtown or Night Force Hardtop is what we'll get at that point. Yeah, they need to start getting this artwork out there, don't they? Anyway, I love the back of that package. It's so cool. Anyway, the Range Viper, you can kind of see it there with the scarf and the bullet belt on and the backpack on, but then also with those elements removed. So you've got two viewpoints of the figure, which is nice. And then all that, it comes with a lot of gear, actually, the Range Viper. I can't wait to get that in hand. I think it's on its way. to me right now, the Big Ben and Range Viper. Shout out to In Demand Toys. And then, of course, we've got the officer. Yes, there's the officer. They've kind of thrown in all of the small effects with this one, but you can use them for all of the figures. And again, you've got the helmet off and the helmet on to show you the different, versions, I guess. But then also they've I guess the sheath and rifle is on his back that you just can't see on the other shot. But yeah, that would be the full loadout that he comes with. Lots of decent weapons. So he's got that kind of little like the Sunbow style laser blaster, the pistol and the rifle, but all with removable magazine. Well, the pistol doesn't have a removable magazine, but the rifles do. The knife, the sheath, the holster backpack in grey, and the helmet. Very nice indeed. I like that they've thrown him a few more weapons. That's pretty cool. And then the bazooka trooper, which is again, we get the use of bazooka's bazooka and backpack and shells, and we also get Scrap Iron's drone effect as well, so we can actually just straight up use him as the bazooka stuff. Yeah, what are the blue blast effects? They're effectively homage to the cartoon lasers, Matt. I must do an official review of Big Ben. Yes, I will be doing that New Monkey 100%. I'll be doing official reviews of both of them 100%. And then we get the promo shots. Again, shooting the galaxy, blows it out of the water again. Dragonfly down in the background there. Love that. That's a nice touch. It's as if the bazooka trooper's taking it out as well. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then they're they're rolling out at this point on the other image. Range Viper's given the command, or telling the officer is giving the command to the Range Viper, and they're both acknowledging they're about to roll out. Just gorgeous, gorgeous images. Raspberry ice cream soldier. I love Emily. She's great. Shooting the Galaxy saying lasers. Yep, thank you, Shooting the Galaxy, for confirming the blue are the blue lasers. Absolutely. Mate, these shots, dude, are sensational. You do a great job. It's beautiful stuff. These are so good, so dynamic. The kind of dust kicked up as well. The sand kicked up, I should say. Bits of his tank broken down and blown up, and these guys on the just fanning out. The guy loading the bazooka for him as well. That's so cool. I've never really thought to do that with them. That's a lot of fun. And then obviously getting the hell out of the way so that the backblast doesn't take his clothes off. But yeah, that is so awesome. Too much pressure to keep outdoing myself now. No, you don't worry. Just keep it the level playing field, mate, because honestly, you're doing these figures an absolute justice. You're doing them an absolute wonder. These figures are great anyway, but you're bringing them to life in an incredible way. So yeah, keep it going. There needs to be a documentary on the photography from Leon. Yeah, Shooting the Galaxy. Get working on that, please. Love these images. And then again, a bunch of beauts here. Very dynamic. I love that the officer is ducking as if his helmet's been blown off by the blast of the bazooka. I think that's really funny. And the Range Viper running as well. Great stuff. Yep, beautiful, beautiful images. That's actually it. We've reached the end of the images for today. Like I said, lots of news, lots of crazy stuff coming out of SDCC. Like we had the Snake Eyes AAA computer game is moving into the next phase of development into pre-production. Is that right? Yeah, concept to pre-production. Absolutely amazing. And Matt O'Brien, another super chat, but it's for Shooting the Galaxy. Amazing stuff. Thank you, Matt. And I appreciate that because Shooting the Galaxy doesn't get that. So I'm going to have to give him $2, right? I owe you $2, Shooting the Galaxy. That's clearly what's happened. Thank you, and thank you for the awesome stream to start my morning. Thank you, Shooting the Galaxy. Thanks to all of the comments, all of you guys in the chat. It's been an absolute blast. Like I said, Snake Eyes development moves on. PulseCon announced for September 22nd, 11 a.m. Eastern. G.I. Joe is going to have a heavy focus in that, obviously. We've got more pre-orders coming this weekend. and we've got more to come before the end of the month. Amazing stuff. And of course, all the great stuff coming out of Sdcc. Let's quickly bring this to a close. Thank you, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will see you on the next one. I'll see you on the weekly tomorrow, which will be effectively another morning show. I don't know what we're going to do about the panel. I might have to think about what we're going to do with that in terms of like responding to it, doing like a burst about it after the fact, or maybe something on Sunday just to, cover it. But obviously there's going to be loads of stuff coming out of the panel. You just know it in like reveals, all sorts of stuff. The problem is it kicks off at I want to say 1 o'clock. And then you've got to consider that's on the West Coast. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock here. So it's going to be an evening something, whatever it is. We'll figure it out. Anyway, it's been absolutely loads of fun. I've had a great time with you guys again this morning. And I guess we'll be doing this again very soon. I don't think I'm going to... If there is any stuff revealed today, I'll probably just cover it, but I probably won't be news bursting it because there's too much else. I've got to get prepped for the weekly. We've got so much other content coming, like I said, and we've also got to work out. We've also got to work out a monthly. I think we're going to do an Sdcc special monthly for the end of the month. So we're going to be working on that. Shill Force indeed. It's been a pleasure, guys. I will see you on the next one. Stay fresh, cheese bags, and don't forget, as always, after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. See ya. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.